Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more nostalgia critic, and it's going to be Blues Brothers 2000. Christ, this movie is a heap of garbage from what I remember. Blues Brothers 2000, yeah, I remember watching this. I remember watching it in like 1998 or something like that. So I don't know why they called it Blues Brothers 2000 as if it was released in the year 2000, because it wasn't released in the year 2000. Because I swear to God, I remember watching it in like 1998. Yeah. This movie is terrible. It's god awful, and it just completely destroys the legacy of the 1980s Blues Brothers movie. For those who want to remember a good movie, not a bad movie, the Blues Brothers from the 1980s movie, that movie was mwah, it was beautiful. It was a blessing from our Lord and Savior himself, Tommy Wiseau. Yeah, Tommy Wiseau had nothing to do with this movie. I just had to mention his name. Yeah, I mean, this movie, Blues Brothers 2000, from what I remember, it had the actors Dane Aykroyd or something like that. The guy from Ghostbusters, basically. Everyone knows him. He's always from bloody Ghostbusters. And you got like John Goodman, and he was in like the Flintstones movie. Also, he was in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou or something like that. That movie is really good. I recommend checking that out if you're into a musical sort of comedy, sort of crime sort of style movie. I recommend watching Oh Brother, Where Are You, the movie. Absolutely great, marvelous. It's actually one of my father's favorite sort of movies. He always loves the Soggy Bottom Boys and stuff like that. So yeah, that was John Goodman was in that movie. And then we've got like Joe Morton or something like that. He was in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, when he's about to press that button and explode. Yeah, that's all the sort of actors I remember from Blues Brothers 2000. And no, even though it's a good casting, they've got a lot of good actors. Because I mean, Christ, it's like Ghostbusters, Oh Brother, Where Are You, and like Terminator 2, all the actors and stuff like that. You'd think it'll make a great movie, but no. Even they couldn't save the movie. Just think about that for a second. All these wonderful actors couldn't save this fucking movie. Yeah. That's some deep shit. But before we start this video, like I said, check out Blues Brothers, the 1980s movie. It's really good. It's the best sort of comedy musical sort of movie you're gonna watch. Maybe on the top 10 list, that is. But it's a true classic to me. I love it. And I really appreciate the 1980s version. As for the Blues Brothers 2000, it's a stinker. There are good music tracks on this. There are good music. The music's decent. It's pretty good. But the acting is terrible, and it's really cheesy, and it doesn't capture the same spirit as the 1980s version. So I just want to note that. I don't want to just bash the Blues Brothers 2000 for the sake of it. I just want to note there are decent parts with the music and stuff like that. But, it's still a garbage heap. It's not as good. It doesn't live up to the hype as the original. But yeah, enough talking. I'm sure you're getting angry because you just want to watch me react. Okay, that's enough of the history. Okay, relax. Let's play the video, shall we? Let's go. I'm gonna get a lot of people in the comments triggered because I was talking too long. God damn it, I took as long as I want. This is the Blues Brothers. It deserves respect. Well, the Blues Brothers 1980s version deserves respect.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. I was walking down the aisles of the video store when I noticed something I haven't seen in years. Cartoon All-Stars to the rescue. Immediately, a pool of disappointing memories came flooding back to me, and I just knew I had to see this piece of shit again. Now, for those of you who don't remember the special, I'll give you the skinny.
Okay.
Usually some clips from the special would play here, but seeing how my copy died a long time ago, I'm just gonna move on without it.
Okay.
Critic. Yeah?
What are you doing?
Isn't it great? I'm recreating the glory days of my first review!
But you're missing one of the most important elements. It's only half a review without it.
No, it's okay. I've thought about that. You see, I fill in the void by replacing it with a bunch of other critics. Like Black Critic.
Little kid
Black
critic.
critic.
Animated kitten critic.
Animated kid
Sexy female critic.
What
Invisible
the
critic.
fuck?
Who might just be a
Invisible.
wall. And of course, cameo critic. Ah, it's a living. Was this a fan request or something? No, that's the great thing about it. Nobody wanted to see it, and now it's here for everybody to witness.
Oh, it's like the
How
Blue
can
Brothers
anyone
2000.
enjoy a recreation that only has
Which
half
I'm
of
sure
what
it
made
was
good?
made in like 1998 or
Forceful
something.
comedic
I swear to
sidekicks,
God.
Practically nothing new to offer, and wasn't something that the fan base ever demanded in the first place to begin
I think
with.
they get the idea.
All right.
Blues Brothers 2000.
Oh boy, here we go. This heap of shit.
Based on the classic SNL Chicago musical about two blues musicians trying to save an orphanage and somehow end up becoming the most wanted men in America, the sequel, shot 18 years later, is kind of like that, minus the enjoyment.
Yeah.
It's a desperate retread between writer-actor Dan Aykroyd and writer-director John Landis to relive the glory days by somehow bringing us none of the glory. As such, it's said to be one of the most pointless, underwhelming, and just downright bizarre sequels
Yeah.
in comedy history.
Truly is
And
weird and
trust me, that's saying a great deal.
Very
So let's see what's wrong with the past by getting out of the past. This is Blues Brothers 2000.
Alright.
Tell me who's out riding yonder revelation.
At first, the opening number seems legitimately subtle and even kind of atmospheric. But this movie is like Huntington's disease.
It
works
tricks
very
you.
slowly.
Good morning, Warden.
It's the devil.
Guy plays
It's-
one of the many
it
returning
tricks
cast
you.
members who just looks old and
With
sad
hope.
now, as he tells Elwood about his brother Jake's departure. You got no plot, you got no comedy, you don't even have the other Blues Brother. Unless you have an entertaining sock puppet under your hat, count me the fuck out of this. So after finding out about his drug overdose in prison, a friend of a friend pops by to pick him up a mere 24 hours later. Hey, better late than never, or as you constantly say in this movie, better never than ever.
Matara, you drop me off here, please.
So he drops by the nun from the previous
Of
installment to
course,
tell you who else
nun.
died since the first film you saw.
Curtis has gone on as well, Elwood. I'm sorry.
The orphanage is gone, Jake's gone, Curtis is gone. I got no brother, I got no roots, I got no life, I got nothing for Christ's sake.
And yet you're still making a movie. See the problem here?
Yeah,
Wait, isn't
that's
it good
the
to know
problem.
that the orphanage is gone too? That everything the first film was working for was completely in vain?
I know, that's kind
Very
of
upset
sad,
when the
ain't it?
orphanage closed.
Maybe that whole intro where God was giving light to Jake was actually supposed to be saying,
Have you seen the light?
Have you seen the light? James Brown.
Whoops, no, actually I was aiming for the person in the front row. Yes, that person. I demand you to put Nicolas Cage in a Left Behind movie. There, thy will and totally confusing
Left Behind.
ways
Oh,
are
no.
not. You two,
Not that
oh,
movie.
You just get a shitty sequel. Goodbye.
Oh, that Nicolas Cage Left
but
Behind
it's
movie
okay,
was
because they bring in
fucking
the obvious target audience. this
god
movie was meant
awful.
for.
It was the
Blockbuster Theater is
worst.
awarded the state. The
Even Nicolas
Archdiocese
Cage
has agreed to house
was-
homeless children
looked like a
here.
fucking
I thought
zombie in that
perhaps
movie.
you would come and spend time with Buster.
Yes, because nothing makes more sense than teaming up an innocent youth with a convicted felon who literally just got done serving 20 years in jail.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Something else you'll notice is that while Aykroyd's Chicago accent in the original was playfully exaggerated, this accent sounds like it's coming from a fucking Muppet.
Chicago, I think you need a hug. Who wants to know? What boat? She's bone dry. A part of this band's repertoire. What's that got to do with me?
Hey, hot dogs, the bears,
Hey,
pizza
I
that
got
had to
some
make Jon Stewart except the
meatballs.
feet.
What the fuck is this?
We're still writing that. But the kid is not so easy to get rid of.
I know what you're going through. You're lonely, searching for your place in life. Just don't blow it like I did. Besides, you don't want to hang around with some over 40 recidivist.
You know, I wonder if I'm even needed
Wow.
for this review. The movie does quite well, pointing out all the problems
Yeah,
itself.
it's sort of it's
He discovers
self-explanatory.
that Curtis had a son, played by Joe Morton, who apparently has no
Joe
idea
Morton.
that Curtis was his
Terminator
father. Elwood talks about reuniting the band, but his kind of brother doesn't take it very well.
Don't ever come back here again!
You got no plot, you got no comedy, you don't even have the other
boy.
blues part. Unless you have a role for me in Terminator
The
12.
guy that
Count
ended the
fuck out
world.
of this. But the kid steals the commander's wallet, giving them just enough money to buy a new bluesmobile. Now, I want you to remember this moment where he steals the wallet. I'm not going to explain why yet, but just keep it in the back of your brain.
Okay.
Elwood goes to the club his old band member owns where, look at that. Clearly we see a new addition to the Blues Brothers.
Oh, yes.
Not because he's played by John Goodman, not because he can sing the blues, not because they've made countless appearances together years before, but because of the astounding chemistry and unforgettable character traits that this movie gives him that, dare I say it, even rival that of Belushi. Watch this.
Hi.
And there you go. That's all the character you need, folks.
Wow.
Don't believe me?
Yeah.
Well, they top it with even more incredible character traits. Like there's this,
Hey, Elwood, you got the keys to the trunk?
the unbelievable this,
Pleased to meet you.
and of course, who can forget the classic line?
Oh,
God, that
Butch's.
is so whatever his character's name is. It doesn't matter if they barely look each other in the face or hardly ever have a conversation. The magic is there.
oh
They
boy.
have more chemistry than Hal 9000 and Stephen Hawking.
Hey Hal, pick two.
Oh, Stephen Hawking, rest
You
in
will
peace,
now
my
have
friend.
to imagine I am poking you in the eyes, causing a humorous effect.
Yuck. But it turns out the club
Oh,
is
rest
being
in peace,
shut
Stephen
down
Hawking.
by
We'll
Illinois
miss you.
Russians. Yeah, that's right. Illinois Russians.
We'll miss you running
That doesn't
over
have
people's
nearly the
feet.
same flair as Illinois
running over
Nazis.
people's shoes that you don't like.
Jesus Christ, you're making Soda Popinski look like an equal rights leader. So they knock the Russians out and leave him in an alleyway, somehow thinking this won't lead to any more trouble. But lo and behold, the Russians come back for vengeance.
Yes!
They break out of the club while the Russians burn it down, only to find the Russians were waiting to chase them.
Roll down your window, bump the nails.
Oh, come on, what is...
Wow, apparently those nails are so powerful they launched them several feet behind where they originally started. Seriously, how
Yeah.
the hell did they get back in front of the club again? Was there a special company that made those nails? Oh. So Aykroyd and Goodman set out to pick up the rest of their band members when nope, you killed the movie. You
Yeah,
killed the movie.
when they-
Whatever little speck of chance you had to make this entertaining, it was assassinated the minute you put that kid in a suit.
Yeah, you might as well
This is like
fucking
giving
added
Wolverine a
Justin
puppy,
Bieber in
or
it.
Jules Winfield a Martian, or the Terminator.
Terminator.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that did
These
happen.
are unsophisticated men.
But that was
The only
Terminator 3,
things
I
they
believe.
respond to are fear and the draw of loop. You elicit this,
Yeah, that
use
kid might as well have been
photographic
fucking
symbols
Justin
and
Bieber.
psychological
Honest to
intimidation.
God, it destroyed the
I'm
movie.
really amazed you're saying all this stuff about intimidation while including the 10-year-old kid in your argument.
The only things they respond to are fear and the draw of loop.
With the 10-year-old kid.
Iconographic symbols and psychological intimidation.
Can't believe I
With a
mentioned
10-year-old
Justin
kid.
Presents a
Bieber.
uniform image
Christ.
of strength
I
and
blasphemed, I'm
organization.
sorry.
10-year-old
The
kid.
name that shall not be
Look
named
mean.
again.
With a 10-year-old kid. Do you
Justin
not
Bieber,
see what a
Christ.
castration this is to your film?
Boys, I'd like you to meet my new partner in the act, Mighty Mac.
We've just been calling him Jake number
Just
2.
call him Mighty
Getting
Mick
the
at this
band back
point.
together.
Mickey
Man,
Mouse.
we can't
Fuck
talk
it, why
about
not?
this stuff here. Matt, she's back from lunch.
But sure enough, they're working again for an Aretha
Oh,
Franklin
boy.
cameo, and once again, they have to argue their way out of it while she blindly goes into a song.
You treat me with respect at all times.
I do, baby.
And you know what I mean when I say respect.
You
Oh,
know, where
boy.
the first movie was kind of funny.
This video's
how
gonna be
out of
copyright
nowhere and
music.
unexpected
Music
the
copyrighted.
transition was. In this one, you obviously know what's coming. You even know what song it's going to be, and yet the transition is still sloppy as fucking shit. It's almost like somebody
Still,
hit the
I
screen
like the music.
accidentally changing the channel. Oh, sorry.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's no surprise to it anymore. We know they're just gonna join the band like last time, so all we have is a slower, less energized version of the scene we saw in the first flick. This is like watching Grandma say she can still strut her stuff and you shutting your eyes as she disturbingly tries to swing her hips in a
Patrick
sexy
Stewart.
fashion. Just serve the potatoes already, Grandma.
Oh, Christ.
This is something that I really don't want you to do.
Wow.
Ah, for crying out loud. If this is what you're gonna be like to live with, go ahead.
I mean, Jesus, you got no plot, you got no comedy, you don't even have the other Blues Brother. Unless you have a well-paying Pepsi commercial to offer me, count me the
Fuck
fuck
the
out of
Pepsi.
this.
Where's the Dr.
We
Pepper?
get back the other members of the band, who, again, demonstrate some killer acting chops.
Hey, fellas,
I think I know that voice.
Steve, you know, I think that sounded a lot like
Elwood J. Blues.
no place to run.
And no place to hide.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that paint drying? I confused the two on levels of engagement. And they finally have to get their last member back from his old job.
We need Murph on the keyboards.
This is gonna be painful.
I told him I wouldn't go without your say-so.
Very slow,
Just what
sluggish,
is it
painful.
that you do exactly?
And if you could sing about it, even though we just had a goddamn musical number a minute ago, that'd be most helpful.
But I like the music. You know, the music's good.
Why do these musical numbers annoy me so much more in this film than they did in the last one? They're not bad. They're good renditions done by talented people.
I mean,
even
not
Macaulay
watching the
Culkin seems to
entire
get a
movie,
solo,
of course
but
not, but...
there's just no damn spacing between them. They just go from one song that has nothing to do with anything to another song that has nothing to do with anything. The music in the original didn't have much connection to the story either, but at least there was a homicidal fiance, car chases, funny cops, fucking Illinois Nazis. That's enough to fill in the gaps. What do we have to fill in the gaps in this one?
I haven't played a county fair since '68.
Sounds like a lot of laughs.
Do not adjust your computer screen. What you just saw was not funny.
Didn't you used to be Elwood Blues?
Yeah? So?
We're rehearsing just on the other side of the motel office. It would be so cool if you could come listen to us play.
Sure, sure.
Fuck me with tuna, we just got done with a song! Are we really gonna do 3 in a row? Even waterboarders give their victims a break every once in a while!
Let's have all!
Oh, look at that. Our characters so don't care how the song works into the movie that they don't even stick around to hear them. The movie itself is that not interested in its own musical numbers. Why don't we just have the rest of the movie be a runaway letter from Dan Aykroyd saying, you know guys, I just don't care. I might do a little singing here or there and maybe my cartoon character Chicago accent, but frankly, I don't give a shit. Dinner's in the freezer, tell your mom I love her. Dan. On top of that, the musical numbers were in between a spiritual quest, a very bizarre redemption involving putting the band back together to earnestly and honestly raise money to protect their childhood home. That's one of the reasons there's so much urgency for the band members to leave their dead-end crappy jobs and do what's right. In this one, have you noticed something missing? Something kind of a big deal? There is no reason to put the band back together. None! At all! They all have good jobs that pay well and even rekindle old romances that seem to be working out pretty well. Why the fuck would any of them leave this behind? There is nothing to fight for, nothing to chase, nothing to gain redemption. They're stressing the importance of putting the band back together even though they forgot to mention what was fucking important about it. In the first film, the phrase was,
We're on a mission from God. We're on a mission from God. We're on a mission from God.
Now in this one, the phrase is,
The Lord works in mysterious ways. The Lord works in mysterious ways. The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Well, he must be
so
punishing us
that
for
you
this
took
movie.
18 years to work on a sequel that somehow you forgot to give a reason for even fucking existing. It's kind of important for a film to have a reason to fucking exist. Especially when it's a sequel to something as goddamn awesome as the Blues Brothers. Fuck it, I need a break. Here's the only thing certain after death, taxes, and everything you love either getting a shitty sequel or a shitty remake. Commercials.
Alright, commercials. Yeah, I'm not really shocked. I've seen the movie, it's terrible, there's really not much to say about it. It sucks. The movie sucks. It's a huge disappointment.
Tired of a movie giving you an unbelievable experience? Only to find years later the same filmmakers fuck it up with their shitty sequel or spin-off? Well, fear no more, because we've invented Fuck It All.
Fuck it all.
Now you can stop caring about a movie series you once loved by acknowledging it probably wasn't that important to begin with.
Can you believe the person who directed Alien did this?
Sure.
It makes no sense and pales in comparison to the original.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's me right now.
Hey,
whatever.
I'd say you didn't think this was a big deal.
I don't. It's only a movie.
Yeah, what? I've come to terms.
I used to be emotionally invested in what I watched, but now, the more I think about it, maybe Joseph Gordon-Levitt should play Robin.
No!
Maybe The Hobbit did need all those extra scenes.
You're insane!
Maybe midichlorians aren't such a bad idea.
Wake up, damn it! Don't go where I can't follow! With a heavy enough dose, you'll forget all about Sofia Coppola in Godfather, Emo Peter in Spider-Man, and all pretentious dialogue from the Matrix movies.
Keep it together.
Fuck it all. Because it doesn't matter if one of the Blues Brothers is a little kid. Or John Goodman. Or Plotless. Or has a car that can do anything, because, you know, who cares? Who cares at all that it's a timeless classic, the original? Yeah, who cares if we just want to fuck it up? I mean, we just want to totally destroy it because, you know, it's just the Blues Brothers. It doesn't matter that it's a Chicago icon. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Excuse me, can we call 911 or something?
No, I want to get this off my back. I want to get this off my back. The Blues Brothers is just this big symbol of Chicago. And it's funny, and it's creative, and it's musical, and it's fantastic. And when they tried to just half-ass it like this, come with me. Let me show you something.
Is she
This is
still
Hollywood
alive?
Boulevard Theater. It's a good place you can get alcohol while watching your movies, which you'll definitely need for this film. But you notice what's on top of there? The Bluesmobile. And not just a Bluesmobile, a statue of one of the Blues Brothers, Dan Aykroyd.
Christ.
They put a fucking car on top of a movie theater. You wanna know why? Because the movie means that much to them. It means that much to Chicago. It's an incredible film. The music, the action, the comedy, the writing, it's so fucking unbelievable.
The 1980s version.
For you, after they made a goddamn statue out of you, Dan Aykroyd, just make this insult, this fucking insult to this goddamn classic masterpiece. I'm sorry, it's despicable. It's fucking despicable.
It's not really...
That's what the Blues Brothers means. That's what they're all about. And for this movie to not even fucking try to acknowledge what the hell they are and what the hell they meant, it's just bullshit.
I think we all knew the movie was gonna
I'm just going
suck.
back to saying what's fucking wrong with it. Apparently something resembling a plot tries to rear its ugly head in the second half, as Sister Conan O'Brien, Tom Brokaw, and the secretary of Ferris Bueller's Day Off inform the whole mother that they think Elwood has kidnapped the boy. Of course, rather than just explain he's not kidnapping him, though the more I think about it, maybe he kind of fucking is, they instead have to stage a getaway out of a diner filled with cops.
He's having an attack! It's extremely contagious!
What is
Oh, it's just so
Of course,
goofy.
the old
Scooby-Doo
look like a minion from
shaving
Mario
cream
2,
joke?
which will cause the police to do nothing for some reason, allowing you to go into your car and spin around for a solid minute or 3, also causing the police to do nothing for some reason and then take off driving.
Yeah. Welcome to Blues Brothers
Ingenious?
2000.
But it's okay, because they brought in more people on this case. Ones that don't just stare blindly at tricks that wouldn't fool a kindergarten class.
I have every lawman in 2 states on this border. Let him just try and get through this roadblock.
I do hope my pompous declaration of righteousness is by no means comedically foiled. But hey, it's the Blues Brothers. I'm sure they have some awesome driving skills that result in a kick-ass chase scene or this bullshit. You sure Elwood isn't in a coma and these aren't just the dreams he was having in the coma?
They're probably
Not that the
had
film
a
isn't
car
tragic
crash and
enough
they're
for how
in a
much pain
coma.
it's causing, but at least we would know somebody's suffering for it. They come across, I don't know, Indiana Nazis, who of course foil their plans of being Indiana Nazis by apparently lifting their boat of explosives out of the water and quite literally watch it just jump up into the air by no discernible rhyme or reason.
It's just so silly.
Did you hear something?
Oh, come on. It's just...
Funny. Neither do I. So they find a way to sneak into their next gig. A hidden Elwood tells them to find a place to park and...
It's like, it's Hot Wheels. It's how you play Hot Wheels.
Stop! I'm sorry, I have to check for my own clarification if they really cared so little. Let's go back again.
Okay.
They sneak into a gig, Elwood tells them to find a place to park, and is there anything, fucking anything that shows how they randomly got in a flaming car spinning on a loop? Right? This film has been edited for your viewing confusion. Hell, the advertising for this movie should just be, tired of the world making sense? Blues Brothers 2000. And everybody would say, yeah, humanity did lose its fucking mind, didn't it? Of course, they start playing their next song to the audience's delight.
When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed
Of
elves he
course.
saw, plowing through the ragged
Oh,
sky.
good. Hopefully God has come to destroy this movie before it gets any worse.
Christ. Oh no, this is what happens when you do drugs. God bless America. I don't think God's blessing you now after
You know,
making this piece of shit.
I
movie.
was gonna ask, when did they stop making a Blues Brothers movie? But I don't think that question would be appropriate. I think the real question is, when
When
did
they added
ever
the kid,
start
as soon as you
making
seen the
a
kid
Blues Brothers
in the
movie?
Blues Brothers outfit,
What the hell is
that's
this?
when it killed it.
It's not Blues Brothers. Maybe it's fucking Claymation's Blues Brothers, but it's not the Blues Brothers we grew up with. This is just dumb. Random and fucking dumb.
Yep.
It's like suddenly going... Goes Pony Rider, goes Pony
Ghost
Rider.
Rider.
It is plain but story tragic, because he never knew
Christ.
friendship was magic. Goes Pony Rider.
Critic. Wait, didn't you do this joke before?
Look, I don't know the scientific explanation for it, but for some reason, every single time somebody
Ghost
says
Rider.
pony on the internet, the views go through the roof.
They do?
Yeah, watch.
Oh, really?
Pony.
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 Pony, 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 pony. Who stopped my views?
So it starts
Yeah,
raining,
pony,
which
pony,
of course
pony,
somehow
pony,
doesn't
pony.
affect any of their equipment.
I
And
expect
Elwood
1
uses
million
his
views.
remote-controlled car. Yeah, because the Bluesmobile was made by fucking Batman, I guess. And helps them escape. The team, however, has very low morale, due to the fact that they have no goddamn idea what the hell they're supposed to be doing in this movie.
Hey, Elwood. I think we got a rebellion on our hands.
Why? What do you mean?
You got no plot, you got no comedy, and you don't even have the other Blues Brother. Unless you're willing to split stock on Crystal Head Vodka, count us the fuck out of this.
Crystal Head vodka.
Oh,
God.
Wood himself starts to feel a little down, but the kid comes in for almost 1
Yeah, that was made
minute
by
of
Dan
inspiration.
Aykroyd, wasn't
The
it?
Elwood Blues I know
He started their own
that no pharmaceutical product could
vodka,
ever equal
Crystal
the rush you get
Skull.
when the band hits that groove.
Again, I'm gonna
business.
ask you to remember this scene. I'm gonna bring it all together in the end. That seems to work, and they happen to come across an old friend in a tent church played by James Brown.
James Brown.
This whole film is like a mix between a sad high school reunion
Rest
and
in
an
peace,
old
James
folks
Brown.
home. It's like the worst of both worlds.
Those men are criminals and they're under arrest.
The commander comes in about to arrest them, but just like before, somebody's about to see the light.
Of course.
Now, in the original, a light shines on Jake in a comedically over-the-top way. Well, if that was over the top, this is pole vaulting over the fucking moon.
This is fucking Pinocchio sort of style. Sort of Peter Pan cartoon style.
This is my
Oh, Christ. It's Roger Rabbit graphics. Christ, what the fuck am I watching?
You know, I'm just gonna try something here. I'm sure you've all played
Cards
this game
Against
before,
Humanity.
Cards
I'm
Against Humanity. They have
familiar
an
with
online
it.
version. If you haven't, you should. It's fun. Bring the kids. I am
It's a great
so
game.
convinced that this movie is so batshit insane and so doesn't care what the hell they put on screen that I'm just gonna choose 3 random cards and see if that randomness, that totally out there randomness, matches up with the rest of the shit that this movie gives us. So, let's see. A 130-year-old voodoo witch,
Uh-huh.
zombies, rednecks being turned into rats. You know, I'm gonna give this movie the benefit of the doubt. I don't even believe that this film, with all its batshit craziness, they did it, didn't they?
She's a 130-year-old voodoo witch.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What's he gonna? What the hell is he gonna do? He's gonna strip naked.
What are you doing? No, seriously, what the fuck are you doing? I don't get it. I really don't. None of this adds up in the least. It's like you're trying to piss off the people who love the first film so much. Why? No, really. Why are you trying to piss us off? Are you trying to atone for something? Are you trying to tie it back to a mistake you made in the past? What? Is there something you fucked up before and you're trying to somehow make things right by making this goddamn stupid?
He's crazy.
Figured it out. I just figured it out. The crazy scenarios, the magical crap, having nothing to do with the original. The fact that doesn't make any goddamn sense whatsoever. I got it! I finally got it! They were trying to make a live-action version of the video game. Think about it. Every hit movie needs a game, and clearly the game had nothing to do with the original, so they were trying to tie them together so that they wouldn't have to make another game.
You see the light.
Oh
I see the light.
Have you seen it?
I've seen the light.
I see it! Do you see it? Yes! Yes! Jesus H. Jesus Christ! I see the light! You guys are fucking morons!
Yeah.
Not only does it make for a bad game, but it makes for an even worse film. As once they appease the 130-year-old voodoo witch, God, it's canon, and gets themselves into the band, along with the commander, by the way, the cops still come to try and take them away.
I guess it's time to say goodbye.
They think he kidnapped you.
Oh, Christ.
It would be hard to convince him.
The music's still
Well, if I go
decently good
back with
though,
them,
somewhat.
They'll put me in some foster home with people who don't love me, and I'll never see you
But
again.
the acting and story
We'll
is
both be
god-awful
sad
terrible.
forever.
Okay, this is what I was getting to before. Remember why I told you to remember that one scene that was only a few seconds long of the kid stealing the wallet? And remember why I told you to remember that other scene where the kid motivates Elwood and that was only over a minute long? Well, those two scenes are actually more important than you think. I know you thought they were just pointless little scenes, one only being a few seconds long and one only being over a minute. I mean, how long is the movie? 2 hours? What big difference can that make? But actually, it makes a huge difference. A huge fucking difference. And you wanna know why? Because those two short little scenes, as despicably short as they are literally the only things the kid has done throughout the entire film. Oh sure, he dances a bit, wears a suit, even plays a harmonica, but in terms of contributing to anything else, I mean like anything in the story, any kind of character traits, any kind of personality, nada. Not
fine with
a
that.
thing. He barely even says a word throughout the entire film, or looks Elwood in the eye. A 2-hour movie, and he has a minute and a half of worth. So, at this big scene where you're supposed to want to see them together, it literally makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. This completely ridiculous visual to the Blues Brothers story
It's really
was
no
entirely
chemistry.
pointless. Pretty fucking amazing.
The Lord does work in mysterious ways,
Oh,
Elwood.
Christ.
Yep. Bullshit. Put on your seatbelt.
The only thing we can hope is that all that wasted time, all that lack of character, all those lazy jokes, at least have been sacrificed for one hell of an epic climax. You're fucking kidding me. You're goddamn fucking kidding me. That was the end of the movie? That was the end of the movie? Did you see the first film that you apparently made? Did you even take a glance
Do you remember
at it
the
before you
police
made
car
this
scenes with it, or the police cars were chasing them?
recall how the
I
first
remember
film
that
ended,
in the
I'll
first.
give you a little reminder. It had...
That, yes.
And...
Just fucking police everywhere. It's like Need for Speed Most Wanted. Fuck this movie. Fuck it.
Movie. I'm not angry. Yes, I am. I'm furious. But there's something I'm even more. And that's...
Disappointed? Yep, I thought so. I'm disappointed.
if your movie-
Yep, same.
Same people that brought us a comedy classic. An icon. Something they make statues of. Has 18 years to put together a follow-up. And this is what we get. May God rape you with a pickup truck.
Oh god. No, don't.
slowly.
No, 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 no. That's too cruel.
With vengeance.
Oh no. With no
I'm
lube.
serious, people. It's bad.
Yeah,
it's
terrible.
really bad. As a standalone
The music
movie,
is
it would make no
salvageable,
sense.
but...
As a sequel, it makes even less sense.
But the music is
It
overwhelming because it
absolutely
just
one of
keeps
the worst
coming after wave
follow-ups to
after
a
wave.
classic ever. And if you're wondering if there's anything of value, even the smallest, tiniest,
I say the music.
weeniest little thing. Actually, the soundtrack's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean that too. For all its problems, every single singer in this movie, even our leads, sings some really good, surprisingly impressive renditions of timeless classics.
I agree. I've been
It's
saying
strangely
that. The
kind of
music's
impressive. Hell, I
redeemable.
might actually pick it up after removing this film's cock from my anus. But aside from that, this is not only one of the most pointless sequels ever made, it's one of the worst. It's one of the worst because talented people, the same who made a fantastic, hilarious, unique, musical classic, so obviously phoned in this half-assed reunion just so they can all sing some karaoke together. It's a straight-up insult to the first film, and I can assure you,
Yeah,
these
the Blues
statues
Brothers,
you see
my
of the Blues
ass.
Brothers
Karaoke
don't exist
Brothers,
for this
that's
piece
what
of
it is.
shit. They exist for something smarter, funnier, and just all around better. And the fact that this is connected to it, I need my fuck it all.
I
I'm a
know.
nostalgia critic, and
It
hopefully in a
sucks.
few minutes I won't remember who I am. Jesus shit!
Oh boy. Yeah. The Blues Brothers. Christ.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Okay, that's the end of the video. That was Blues Brothers 2000. Yeah, I'm not really shocked. I can't really get angry. I knew what to expect. This one was... the Blues Brothers 2000 movie was absolutely god-awful. I swear to God, it wasn't made in 2000, okay? I don't know why they called it 2000. I'm pretty sure... I don't know. I can't Google it right now because I'm doing this video, but I'm pretty sure it was, like, made in, like, 1998. I swear to God, that's when I remember watching it, something like that. Or, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting mixed up, but I swear, it was definitely not made in 2000. I know. Because Oh Brother, Where Art You was sort of in that same era. So, no, it was definitely not made in 2000. Yeah. This movie was absolutely garbage, the Blues Brothers 2000. However, the Blues Brothers, the 1980s version, that one was great. That one was wonderful. But, you know, no amount of acting could save this movie, unfortunately. So, I mean, it was bad writing, bad story. With what we saw in the first one, we're seeing again in the second. I mean, it's just a garbage repeat, sort of recycled, generic sort of Blues Brothers for 2000. You know, it's disappointing. It truly is. It lets you down. But the music is redeemable. The music is still good today. I mean, Christ, this video is probably going to get a lot of copyrights because of the damn music. But, yeah, the music is very redeemable. So, and you don't have to watch this movie just to listen to the music. Just buy the music sound audio track or something like that. I'm sure you can find this music on YouTube and stuff like that. You don't even have to fucking thankfully watch this movie just to listen to the music. So, that's a blessing. But, yeah, let's end the video here. If you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.